Hello, cats and kittens. Oriwa Jose, Yoroshiku. Welcome back to the Crisis Corner. And I'm here very briefly to make a statement on Manga Mondays. The first Manga Monday, was supposed to have been the 21st. Only problem was the manga that I intended to review was on hiatus, One Piece. Maybe a review, breakdown, impressions, whatever you want to call it. But One Piece was on break, and the American comics that I intended to review hadn't reached me yet. Good news. My books are here. Say this is an unboxing. I got my House of X Powers of 10, or however they put that. That's one. I got my Fantastic Four X-Men. Okay. And everything else is Batman 92 to 99. Yeah. So all of that stuff I had ordered. It just came in today, so I'll have something to speak on the 28th. Along with One Piece, which dropped today, but I'm waiting for the official translation, which will drop on Monday. I can get a hold of a scanlation, whatever. But I prefer the official translation if I'm going to give a breakdown. So there's that. And this is, again, me trying to get, back into the flow of comics, into what's going on. And I got my man, Jonathan Hickman. This kind of reminds me of back in the 90s when I first got my hands on Watchmen. Now, I started collecting comics around the late 80s, mid to late 80s. But by the time Dark Knight and Watchmen hit, I didn't get them when they hit. I got into Dark Knight and Watchmen after the fact, which were, that step up where comics started getting more sophisticated or whatever. All right. The Dark Knight Returns, gobbled it up, knocked it out quick. Okay. Even Red Ronin too, which I didn't like as much, but that was also Frank Miller. I think he wrote that before The Dark Knight, I think. But I got them in reverse order. Anyway, gobble those up. They were dense. They were a step up from what I'd been reading in terms of, I don't know what you would call it. I don't want to say sophistication because, okay, let's just say they were a step up, not even intellectually, because there were other comics that I were reading, which some were not put in that class. But that John Byrne's Fantastic Four stuff and whatever, to me, that was pretty good stuff anyway. My point is, they were a step up, I guess, from what I've been reading. Now, and then I get to Alan Moore and The Watchmen. Super dense, okay. I read the first 2 or 3 chapters and all the little supplemental bits, the diaries and whatever, and quite frankly, I threw the joke in the trash. Because it was tedious. It got tedious to me. I was used to stuff that was a little bit more breezy and you can get it quick. Maybe, I guess, but at the time, I just didn't feel like going through all that. Hickman kind of reminds me of that because I did read his Infinity, which was not on the same level of because I've skimmed through this. All right, skimmed through it. I'm a skimmer. So I skimmed through it, and I was, noticing all of these little maps and, supplementals and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, so it's Alan Moore all over again. But and I still have to go back and read Watchmen because I never finished it. But it's kind of got me thinking of that. But I'm prepared now. I am a more advanced reader of comics. I'm more tolerant of supplementals and little add-on bits to stories that should otherwise be easy to explain. And I'm ready to tackle this. But I promise you, I'm not going to have this read by Monday. I guarantee you that because, I mean, I got a short attention span. So what I'll probably do is read some of the Batman stuff first. I'm going to knock out One Piece, obviously. Read some of the Batman stuff first. I'll have to read this before I read Fantastic Four X-Men. So I'd say in a week or two, probably by the calendar, I will have had this finished by the time the second installment of Manga Mondays hits, which will be the October the 5th. That's the hope. No promises, but that's the hope. But again, it's just me trying to get back into comics, trying to get back into reading comics, in the flow of their publication. I can do back issues, I can do trades and stuff like that, but I'm trying to get caught up with the stuff that's out now. Outside of that, again, I'm gonna try to be punctual on time. Manga Mondays is gonna be every Monday on in the Crisis Corner. Hopefully I can get some guests because I always do better with guests. And I'm gonna review or at least speak on to some degree the comics that I've been reading and let you know my impressions. This Joker War stuff I should be able to break off pretty quick. So that's it. Like I said, this was a very brief announcement. Just wanted to let you know how come there was no Manga Mondays on the 21st, because I didn't have nothing to read. Now I got myself to read. I'll be having Manga Mondays starting on the 28th. So that's it from the Crisis Corner. Look forward to engaging you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have an announcement that will either be dropped. It's going to be dropped this weekend regarding C3 Comics, and one of our titles will be likely be going to Kickstarter relatively soon. But I'll have that announcement for you soon with a guest. We'll give you that announcement. Until then, I hope you're all doing fine. Wash your hands. Stay safe. Wear your mask. And take care of each other. That's it. Holler at you later. Stay loose.